I'm Frederick Schenk. I'm a partner at CaseyGerry, Schenk, Francavilla, Blatt, and Penfield. We're a plaintiff's firm. We focus our practice on class action, mass tort, catastrophic injury.
My name is Jillian Hayes, and I am the owner and managing partner of Hayes Law, where I specialize in serious personal injury and sexual assault cases. I was formerly an associate at CaseyGerry for 5.5 years, where I worked on this case with partner Fred Schenk. This case was brought into me through my business group, BNI La Jolla.
We had a client who had more than 16 fractures in his body. He was hit by a driver who never slowed down.
The strategy from the beginning turned to liability just because of Mr. Reuknitis' injuries. They were so significant and severe, we knew that wasn't really going to be the pressing point on this case.
While it was a crosswalk versus automobile case, there were issues involving the driver who was working for a CPA firm, and he was leaving a client's meeting going home. So we had issues involving, will we have the employer held accountable as well as the driver? What we were able to do in this case, through the work of DK Global, consulting with us and our expert, to show exactly how this incident occurred.
We knew right away that visuals were going to be critical in this case, and we knew early on we would need DK Global's help in accomplishing that, because really it goes back to the liability, and the defense really wanted to speed that up and portray something different of an intoxicated homeless man kind of jumping in front of the defendant's vehicle, and that was the exact opposite of what happened here. So we really needed visuals and DK Global's help to slow down the facts and the testimony we had from the witnesses and make it come to life.
What we were able to do in this case to show where the impact occurred, how it occurred, and what happened to Mr. Reuknitis as a result of this impact. Together with all of those elements, we told a brilliant story.
Well, this case was so different than any case I've ever worked on, strictly because the client, Mr. Reuknitis, he's really this eccentric kind of nomad figure who, didn't have a cell phone or a way to get a hold of him. He didn't know the date and time. Those things were just not important to him. And so when I would need to reach him for certain events in the case, I would have to get in my car and drive up and down the streets of La Jolla until I found him and make sure he was in a state to have that conversation with me. Mr. Reuknitis didn't really trust a lot of authorities, so it was really building that trust and that relationship that Fred and I were able to accomplish. And he actually, at the end of his case, painted a photograph for both Fred and I that we have in our offices, and it was just, the nicest symbol of gratitude that he could have given us, and I'll always cherish that.
We were able to defeat an MSJ against the employer, and we successfully mediated the case. What I'm not able to tell you is the amount for which it was settled, but what I can tell you is, while it was confidential, we did not ask for the confidentiality.